Here is a correctly formed hand of Mahjong off of the 2020 card. It's in the even section, and in this video we're going to be talking about rules of calling someone's discard. When are you allowed to call a discard? So the first thing we need to review is some of the terminology. If you only need one of a tile, it's called a single. So here in this hand, I only need one of the two of the suit. Remember, this could be all cracks, it could be all bams, it could be all dots. It just has to all be the same suit because on the card it's all the same color. I have a single two. Can't use joker. I have a pair of fours. I have a pung of sixes. A pung is three of a kind. I have a kong of eights. And again, they're all the same suit because they're all the same color on the card. And I have a kong of flowers. And remember, a flower is a flower. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You can use them interchangeably. They're all the same. So I have a kong of flowers, a single two, a pair of fours, a pong of sixes, and a kong of eights. Calling someone's discard. Let's say in my hand, so I'm going to mess this up a little. In my hand, this is what my hand looked like. We're somewhere in the game, and this is the point where my hand is. I already have my flowers. That's very nice. I have my pair of four cracks. I don't have my two crack. I have one of my six cracks and a joker, and I have three of my eight cracks, and then I have two tiles that I don't need. I should have 13 tiles in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, because it's not my turn. When it's your turn, you have 14. When it isn't, you should have 13, because when you draw your 14th tile and you get Mahjong, you do not have a discard. Let's suppose that one of my opponents discards a two crack. They say two crack, and I want it. I need it, as a matter of fact. Because it's a single, I'm not allowed to use a joker for it. However, I cannot call a single. I cannot call a tile that I only need one of unless it's for Mahjong. And because calling that two will not give me Mahjong, I can't call it. You can only call for a single or a pair, whether it's an exposed hand or a closed hand, if it's for Mahjong. Okay. Now let's suppose somebody discarded, and I'm going to take this out of my hand. Now let's suppose somebody discarded an 8 crack. Now, I need 4 8 cracks. I need a kong of 8 cracks. I already have 2, and if I use the joker that I have, I would be able to show 4. Remember, you can only call for a tile if you can show the total number that you need in the hand. And if you recall from the beginning, I need a total of a kong of 8 cracks in this case. So I can finish it. That's good. Now I need to check on the card. If the card has an X at the end of that line, then that is a hand that allows exposures, meaning that you can call for a tile that's been discarded if you can show all of the sum total that you need of that type of tile, and then you can discard. If it has a C on the end of the line, it's closed, and you're not allowed to call unless it's for Mahjong. You cannot call any tile, single, pair, pong, kong, quint, none, on a closed hand unless it gives you Mahjong. Now the hand that I showed you at the beginning is not a closed hand. It has an X at the end of that line. So I'm allowed to call for exposure even though I don't have mahjong. So I can show a set of 4. I can show the Kong of 8s. You see that? I have to use the joker, but I can put up all 4 of them. Now, it does not have to be my turn in order to call. I'm allowed to call anytime I want, because when I call, turn skips to me. So sometimes in mahjong you miss turns. Turn skips to the caller. They have to show what they need. Now once I discard, I can't change this. I can't all of a sudden say, oh, I only needed 3, or oh no, I needed 5. Too bad. I put out 4. I have now committed myself to play a hand that uses a Kong of 8 cracks. So I'm going to discard. Turn has skipped to me and now continues from me. The person on my right goes. So no matter who threw it, if someone calls it, turn skips to the caller. Now sometimes somebody says, hold it, I want that tile. But then they're like, oh no, never mind. That's not calling a tile. That's changing your mind. Turn goes back to whoever it's supposed to be. It only skips to caller if the person actually calls the tile that was discards, exposes a pong, a kong, or a quint, and then discards. Turn then goes on from them to the right. Remember, everything goes counterclockwise. All right, so things continue. And once again, a 2 crack at some point gets discarded. And again, it's a single. If you recall from the beginning, I only need a single 2 tile. I don't need a pong or a kong or a quint. I don't need 3, 4, or 5 of them. I need a single. And because it won't give me mahjong, I'm not allowed to call it. You can only call to finish a single or a pair if it's for mahjong. So that's too bad. I can't call it. Now let's talk about calling the pung. Let's say somebody discards a 6 crack. They say 6 crack. And I say, ooh, call. Again, turn skips to me. I have to put my tiles up that show that it's a pong, a kong, or a quint. I can only call for a single tile if it's for mahjong. I discard and then continue on. The person to my right goes. Now I have everything I need except the 2 crack. If the other 2 cracks weren't already out there and someone discards a 2 crack, I can now say call for mahjong, because you can call to complete a single or a pair if it gives you mahjong. So that's calling in a nutshell. Have a good day.